Cases were reported to us of missing loved ones, and 2 of them have been reconnected to their families. There's 1 still outstanding, and that we are looking. Sometimes people say we have a loved one missing, reported missing, but when you check, you're able to identify and connect the person. That's being worked on, so it's work in progress. Started yesterday, so it probably is too soon to then say this. The next one is psychosocial support and counseling. We also did get some cases in Mathare North yesterday afternoon of people who have claimed to gender-based violence and women that have been raped. And in fact, we took 2 yesterday afternoon to hospital. And if there are more cases, as and when we're informed, then we make sure that we take them to hospital where they can be taken care of. I want to say primarily, too, that from there, as Kenya Red Cross Society, we have been, as part of our work also, is to really look and respond to emergencies. A new phenomenon that has emerged, I think, in the last few days in this country is what is now famously being called fake news in this country, and where I think the political divide in this country, especially those responsible for social media and for communication, have been passing messages on both sides that are really, really, as a Kenyan, I'm not proud of, and very sad that today it's gotten to this level where there's a lot of fake news. On Saturday, Friday night, Saturday wee hours of the morning, there was a lot of call for Kenya Red Cross to go out and respond to people in Kibera, in Mathare, in Kisumu, and other areas in Nyanza. And as Kenya Red Cross, as auxiliary to the government, independent, neutral, impartial humanitarian organization, our role is to alleviate human suffering wherever it is found in any corner of this country. Our only protection is our emblem, the Red Cross, and nothing else. We don't carry weapons because you're not allowed to. And our security and safety is on the people that we are supposed to be assisting. So on Friday night, Saturday morning, of course, we had lots of calls calling us to go to this area or that area and pick up this person or that person. But I want to say here clearly that the safety and the lives of our staff and volunteers, majority of them are volunteers, is very dear to us and their well-being. So when there was a full-out fighting or insecurity or conflict between the police and the protesters, it's only so much that one can do. And we wait until a window of opportunity arises where we can go in and evacuate people, take them to hospital, and treat them on the spot as with the pre-hospital care. So there has been calls on Kenya Red Cross, where are you? Why aren't you coming here? Why aren't you going there? But I think every person will understand we've done what is humanly possible so far to reach to any Kenyan that need assistance in this country, and not only now, but over the years. Last night, I think, was the height of what you may then call fake news in terms of the messages that were going around and the calls that the Red Cross was getting, I and my staff and our 24-hour call center here, asking us to go to Mathare and to Dandora to pick up people who are being slaughtered and being butchered and being killed. And I want to say the truth of the matter is, those who are issuing out those stories, when you question them, there is no evidence, and it wasn't true. So as a Kenyan, leave alone in my role as Secretary General of the Red Cross, I just want to urge my fellow countrymen and country citizens, let us be sincere to one another. Let us be careful with what we say, because it's not helping anybody. It's not helping anybody because it's just increasing the animosity. And I want to say we were on the ground all these days, including last night. And we were for sure knew that last night there was no killing. In fact, last night was the quietest night, I think, of the previous 2 nights. And thank God that no one lost his or her life, at least of what we know of last night. And we pray and hope that it never happens again. So I want to take this opportunity and really urge my fellow countrymen and countrywomen that really this nation is so important to all of us, especially those of us who are parents and grandparents. It is so sad to see what has happened in the last few days. And I just want to pledge and urge and plead with everybody that one life is far too important, leave alone the many that have been lost. I know people will ask questions on this issue, but I just want to say also from the outset that Kenya Red Cross does not handle or deal with dead bodies. It is a mandate of other agencies. Ours is pre-hospital care. Ours is to support and assist people who are injured when they need this assistance. So I've been asked this question a lot, and I want to deliberately preempt it and to say that, you know, we can't be asked to state how many. And this information that went out last Saturday saying Kenya Red Cross was quoted as releasing figures is not true, because we have not released any figures. In the course of our work is to respond to victims of injuries and those who need assistance. We take them to hospital. We stabilize their conditions before they reach hospitals. And we've done this, you know, countrywide. In terms of numbers, we may have ideas of what will come around. As far as we are concerned, we only handle one dead body of that little innocent 8-year-old girl that was killed in Mathare, that was out there in the veranda hearing gunshots and inquisitively going out and being shot at and killed, unfortunately. The rest, I think, we have set up, as I said, a tracing desk. If anyone is missing a loved one, they can tell us. But we have simple, basic ideas of bodies now in Nairobi and in Kisumu that we have verified that are said to be dead as a result of this this situation that has happened. But I don't want to be quoted, because it's a role of the government, it's the police to release numbers. We have not released any numbers with Kenya Human Rights Commission, so if they have their figures, let them release what they have found out, but we have not released any figures for that matter. In terms of our work, I think we've been inundated with requests for pictures. We would not like to, in most cases, or rather in all cases, share a piece of our work in that sense, so that they are publicized and they are used or misused in whichever way. But I just want to say we've seen lots of hype on the social media in the last few days of fake photographs and fake pictures that are not true stories of today. And I think as Kenyans, we all have a responsibility, especially our friends in the media, both local and even international ones. Please verify these information. Let us not add fuel to the fire that's already burning. We need to put off this fire in our country so that we can all get back to our normal life. So I would stop here. I would ask Gina if there's anything she wants to add. And then if there are any questions, we would answer. If, as I said before, if we can't, then you will understand that we may not be able to answer some questions.
Thank you very much, Abbas. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I think, you know, on my part, I've been fully involved with what's been going on after the election. The Red Cross volunteers have done an outstanding job responding to all the various needs that we have as a country. But I think it's really important what Abbas said on the issue of fake news and the fact that, you know, there is a lot of fake news being peddled. It's not just, you know, the media. Everybody is now a journalist. Everybody that has a smartphone is now a journalist. So there's lots of stories being retweeted and without verification. And I think it's really, really key that as media that we call on everyone to be responsible about what they're tweeting and what they're retweeting, just to confirm that what they're saying is indeed true. I think there was some pictures that went out that were from 2007, 2008. And I think it just adds to the already tense situation that we have in the country. It's just not helpful. So if there's one thing that we could ask the media to please help with, is to ensure that we are asking Kenyans to be very responsible in what they're